for me personally, I don't want to be a person that just has a bunch of books on their shelf and hasn't read the books that are on their shelf. I feel like this is getting unstructured already. So as I'm thinking about 2026, I am thinking about a lot of the books and series that I've started. I'm starting to think about like the way that I want to structure things for me going forward with my reading, and just like how I want to continue to like curate my own book taste and the things that I want to talk about like with you guys. I don't want to just be talking about like, you know, the same old kind of things or just doing like recaps and stuff with you. So first thing I want to talk about is um the current state of my TBR and where I'm kind of going, in the future. So um I have a lot of physical books on my TBR currently that I want to work through in 2026. I started this in 2025 and I've just kind of continued to buy books. For me personally, I don't want to be a person that just has a bunch of books on their shelf and hasn't read the books that are on their shelf. And so like when I actually do decide to purge a book or give it away or something, I'm giving it away because it no longer has a place in my life or a place on my shelf. Secondly, I've started a lot of series and I haven't finished them. And I think that's a challenge that I want to give myself here in 2026 rather than like a personal, like, here's how many books I read goal. I think my goal is to be that I catch up on all of the series that I have started. And as I catch up on them, deciding whether or not to DNF the remainder of the series, and starting to kind of like trim down my TBR that way. I think I want to focus primarily on duologies and trilogies, particularly for extended storylines. So these storylines are plots that span multiple books. Interconnected standalones, I also find that I really enjoy. For me personally, I just don't feel like a singular plot over multiple books is something that is like jiving with me. I really struggled to finish the Hades X Persephone series by Scarlett St. Clair. Not because I didn't love the plot or because I didn't love the characters or I didn't love like everything, because I did love that series, don't get me wrong, it was really good. And I do recommend it to folks. However, for me, as somebody who who wants like a deep story but then also wants to move on to something else because my attention span is short, thank you ADHD, I struggled to make it through 7 books. So again, coming back to the original point, I think we're going to stick with duologies, trilogies, and series that are like interconnected standalones. I think if there was a series that did catch my attention again and it was longer, I think I would be maybe more inclined to stick with it. But I think for now, I think duologies, trilogies, and interconnected standalones is my sweet spot. Additionally, I really want to get back to reading some more arcs as well, and I want to devote more of my time or like start to split my traditionally published reading with indie reading about 50-50. And because I'm personally focused on working through a lot of my physical copies, I haven't had nearly as much time to devote to that kind of stuff. I also feel like too, because I said that I wanted part of this channel to be devoted to indie authors and indie reading, I I feel like I have to walk the walk here and actually be reading indie books so that I can talk about them with you guys. I think 2026 is going to be a better year for me content wise because I'm just going to have more interesting things to talk to you guys about as well. As I'm thinking about this, we're moving again, we're moving back to the East Coast, and I just feel like because we're also moving to a city that I'm gonna have more things to talk to you guys about, like in terms of independent bookstores, in terms of like places that I'm visiting, like stabilize for the first time in almost 3 years and become more settled. Dude, she is driving me nuts right now. Do you have something that you would like to say to the people? Anything at all? How do you feel about 2026? Nothing? No comment? Anyway, that's all for this video. I hope that you guys enjoy it. If you guys have any specific goals for 2026 that you want to tell me about, pop them in the comments below. I'm sure that you'll see more of chaos in the future. Anyway, for now,